We're almost ready to go. Look at Farquhar, face fixed firmly towards the signal to go. We're away. Beautiful start. Everyone away clearly. Riding with Michael Pearson. Tucked in behind Farquhar and Donald and tearing down toward Gordon for the first time. It's Farquhar who leads, Donald second. Where is Dunlop? He may enter the picture shortly, but look at Farquhar go. Meanwhile, second wave away. William Dunlop is sixth, but John Walsh on 61 is on it and gets the better start. We're back with the race leaders. Oh, Michael Pearson goes through, past Cameron Dold, up into second place, out of Gortin, but it's Farquhar who still leads. Third wave about to go. It's Andrew Courtney on bike 99 who leads them away down to Gortin. Well, here comes Farquhar. And Michael Pearson, well, he means business. Second place, past Cameron Donald, Michael Dunlop fourth, and Adrian Archibald has passed John Burrows. We're riding with William Dunlop on the approach to McAdoo. Very rough surface and a slight ditch on the outside of the exit, so you don't want to get too close to the hedge. But having passed John Walsh, William Dunlop is on his way. Here comes Farquhar, racing a rocket and flying like one. Pearson, Donald, undoubtedly the most spectacular part of the course, hugely popular with fans. So too is this man, Farquhar, riding like a man possessed. He's already a couple of seconds up on Pearson, who's fallen back slightly to Donald, who's racing on this circuit, of course, for the first time in 3 years, even though he lives just down the road. Michael Dunlop crosses the line, but all the action's up ahead of him as Cameron Donald and Michael Pearson duke it out for second place. Whoa, they almost came together, both riders taking no prisoners, and now it's hard on the anchors as they tip into Gorton, but it's Pearson who moves up into second, Donald in third place, and it's quite literally gloves off for both men. If Ryan Farquhar was aware of what was going on behind him, he'd probably be pushing even harder to get away from Pearson and Donald. Ollie Linsdell, bike 133. All race fans will recognise him as the son of Steve, while 101 is Brian McCormack. This is the man in second place. Watch the front forks going up and down. That gives you an indication of how bumpy the road is as we approach Mackney. It's lower the revs, down through the gears, then back on it, and up through the box eventually, as we get the power on again. Oh, Cameron Donald is only supposed to be getting a few miles in. He's racing, isn't he? He won't have enjoyed giving up second place. But Ryan Farquhar carrying on where he left off at Scarborough a week ago, where he won 8 races against some very good opposition, and look at the advantage he's built up already. And what a dice this is turning out to be for second. Pearson, Donald and Dunlop in that order. Well, here they go. It's all eyes on Cameron Donald. He looks to take Michael Pearson. Oh, he does so. Swoops past. There's a brand new engine in his Suzuki. It's the K9 bike, if we can get technical for a moment. But the engine is brand spanking new. Pearson's on a Superbike, which is literally straight out of the box. And this is his first race since his 2 wins at Bishop's Court last year. Oh, Cameron Donald manages to hang on to second place, but he's on it, isn't he? Well, into McAdoo. Pearson again goes deep on the brakes. Almost stop and start while Donald looks to keep the throttle rolling just a little bit more perhaps, but not by much. Well, Farquhar's gone and he's a long way ahead of these two who are arguing over second place. Michael Dunlop staying very interested in fourth. No new machinery for him, although it is a bike he's enjoyed success on in the past as we ride with Pearson. Donald Suzuki looks to have lots of bottom to mid-range grunt, enabling him to pull away from Pearson, who looks to have plenty of top end himself. Let's check on the race order. It's Farquhar from Donald, then Pearson, Michael Dunlop fourth, Archibald fifth, Derek Shields a superb sixth with William Dunlop in seventh. Now then, this is where the action is at present. It's still Donald from Pearson, and as we've seen, the Suzuki is very, very fast in the straight line, and Pearson's best chance perhaps is on the brakes into Gorton, but he doesn't look close enough to make a move just yet. Pearson sticking with Donald though. This is season campaigner David Morgan with young gun Ollie Linsdell right on his tail. It's still going off between these two, and if Michael Dunlop gets involved, it may just get a little bit messy. That's who we're looking back from, and that dot in the distance is Adrian Archibald, who's actually a lot closer than he looks. The camera just makes him look further away than he actually is. Cameron Donald about to grab some air. You don't notice that jump when you're driving around at normal speed, but hey, this of course is far from normal speed. The man with all the speed at present is Ryan Farquhar, and that's not even his Superbike, that's a super stock machine. His new Superbike is due shortly, we're told. Meanwhile, here comes the cavalry, and Paul Cranston, number 93, is probably wondering what's happened. The veteran racer getting lapped, and he's in front of Michael Dunlop as they go round. Michael Dunlop shaking his head, wants to get past Paul Cranston. Oh, Paul Cranston won't have any of it. Oh, I don't know if Cranston knows Dunlop's there. Dunlop had to back off. He went to go past Paul Cranston. No blue flags, of course, to warn Dunlop a shake of their head. And Cranston, oh, he doesn't know that Archibald was coming through as well. Oh dear, Paul Cranston is not going to be popular. Oh, down goes a rider, that's William Davison. He was just outside the top 10. Now, if he can get going again, he may not lose too much time. Into McAdoo. Very throaty sounding Suzuki being ridden by William Dunlop. He's riding for Chris Dowd's CD Racing outfit this year. The bigger bike's not really his speciality, but he's proving what a fine talent he is. And he's only around 4 or 5 seconds off second place. Well, Donald has left them. The fight is on for third. Michael Dunlop can practically taste third position. He was that close to Pearson as he quite literally leapt past him. Well, there's Donald with Dunlop now up into third, of course, and Pearson, who started so brightly, looking as if he could lose fourth place to Adrian Archibald, who's very close to the Kawasaki, and having just watched Dunlop go through, will now fancy his chances of a move. Ryan Farquhar's lead is around 10 seconds. What a performance this is turning out to be. The local man, once again, running his own team, looking every inch a race winner yet again. Well, we ride with the man in third, and we can just about make out his target. That's Cameron Donald in second place as they tear down toward Gortin. Don't think for one moment that the Australian second place is a done deal. Michael Dunlop certainly won't be. It's amazing to think that while his rivals are on specially built racing superbikes, this man is on a super stock machine, which is virtually the same as a normal road-going ZX-10. Oh, hang on a moment. What looked a comfortable second place for Cameron Donald has now turned into a tussle with Michael Dunlop, who's closed right in and has certainly got designs on getting past the Australian. However, time is running out. If Dunlop's going to fashion a move, it's got to be now. Well, you know from looking at the crowd who's coming, it's Ryan Farquhar who takes the first Superbike win of the day. But who is going to get second? An audacious move by Dunlop is what's required. But it won't happen unless Donald makes a mistake, which he won't do. So, a thrilling conclusion for second, with Cameron Donald getting the nod over Michael Dunlop as they cross the line. But it's this man who's soaking up the applause. A stunning flag-to-flag victory for Ryan Farquhar. There could even be a lap record in there as well. We'll have to check. No doubting, though, who's number one in Cookstown at present. Results time, a great fifth place for Derek Shields behind Adrian Archibald. Michael Dunlop third, just slightly behind Cameron Donald. But Ryan Farquhar gets a big win. Waiting for the flag to be waved. It's Farquhar in pole position. And we're away. Great start yet again from Farquhar. Good one too by Michael Dunlop on the looks of things. We're on board with Michael Dunlop as we head down towards Gortin. That is brother William's front wheel that sneaks out. In fact, he goes ahead. William on the gas much quicker. Second wave away. Ollie Linslaw 133 heads this grid. Some good riders there as well. Burrows and Morgan. Oh, Pearson tries to go up the inside of John Walsh. Looks as if he's gone through to fourth as he. Maybe Cameron Donald runs sport with Michael Dunlop. Saw that one out. What we can tell you though, it's Ryan Farquhar who leads. The run down to McAdoo, on board with Michael Dunlop. It's Farquhar, it's William Dunlop, it's Michael Dunlop. Pearson in fourth, Cameron Donald in fifth place. Not the start he would have hoped for in this race. Into Magny, William Dunlop slightly sideways. It's really tight through here, but get the power on in time. And you can make up some ground along here, but everyone's quick out of the exit from Magny. We're on board with Michael Dunlop, riding the brand new R6, courtesy of Gary Ryan of Street Sweep. Like Farquhar, it's Dunlop's team with a tight-knit crew around him. The engine's built by Fabrication Techniques, who gave Michael Dunlop the engine on which he won at last year's Isle of Man TT. Well, we're coming up to complete lap one. It's Farquhar who leads, and by a handy second or so from William and Michael Dunlop, with Michael Pearson looking menacing in fourth, and we ride with Michael Dunlop as he looks to stay in the slipstream of William, and then he'll look to suck his bike out and pass his brother on the way into Gortin. Here we go. William stays tight. Michael goes wide, and has he got him? And Pearson looking to sneak up the inside. So Michael is second and looking to get on Ryan Farquhar's case. Let's watch again as Michael pulls out a Williams slipstream. Pearson tries to sneak up the inside in the hope William may move out to defend his position, but he doesn't because Michael's a demon on the brakes, times it right and takes second spot. Dunlop looking to sink his teeth into Farquhar. Pearson's gone past William Dunlop and it's Cameron Donald still in fifth. Into Mackney, not an overtaking spot, but good drive out of the exit is essential if you're going to make a move on the approach to Craig Mount. John Burrows heading this bunch out of McAdoo, but he's not the leading rider because that is number 133, this man, Ollie Linstall, who's 7th on corrected time at the end of lap 1. Gary Robinson of the third wave is in 6th place as Stephen McKnight slips inside Damien Malidi. We ride with Burrows super quick through this section with the bikes going airborne. There. And there. Ladies and gents, this is Cookstown. Out front, it's turning into a two-way scrap between Michael Dunlop and Ryan Farquhar, two prize fighters in their prime. Don't discount these three either. Cameron Dunlop tucked in behind William Dunlop and Michael Pearson. No bold moves yet, still some distance to go in this race. Burrows down into Gordon, he's lost a couple of places as Victor Gilmore goes inside. And the front of Burrows' bike shaking at the front as he scrubs off the speed. A suggestion, perhaps, the brakes on Burrows' machine not working as well as that of Victor Gilmore's. Meanwhile, back at Mackley, no change in the order. Cameron Donald still 5th. Gary Robinson of the third wave just 3 seconds behind in 6th place. The battle at the front rages on now with Farquhar still dictating terms out front. Then it's Pearson, Dunlop and Donald, who's off the pace slightly. Well, we're coming up to complete another lap as we round Craig Mount and head down to the Orator Crossroads. Dunlop needs to be closer to Farquhar and he knows that. He's trying his level best to close in. William Dunlop is close to Pearson and he may try and take him. Well, here we go again. Perhaps Cameron Donald's back on it once more. He's closed back in again. But Farquhar, though, is proving to be an impossible target that Michael Dunlop can't catch. Third may change, though, and it has. William Dunlop squeezes past the suggested. He's got the inside line and looks to hold it from Pearson, who may chance his arm on the brakes the long way around, which he does. Oh-ho! Michael Pearson. Well, we ride with John Burrows. He's lapping around 4 seconds slower than Farquhar, and he's mixing it with this bunch. Gilmore, McKnight, and Morgan. And he had to sit up there. Oh, and he had to sit up again. Burrows. 2 little moments for him there. Let's watch again. And that's where McKnight comes through and he sits up once more as Morgan goes past. 2 into 1 just doesn't go. Oh, Victor Gilmore with a problem, slowing down, about to pull over as the battle rages all around him. Pearson leads Dunlop over the line, but they're a long way off the 2 out front. And Michael Dunlop, well, he's Mr. Persistent. He won't let Farquhar go. Further back, though, William has passed Pearson. Now, will we see a repeat of the previous move? It's a sharp intake of breath. Pearson's trying. Oh, he's gone, has he? Not this time. Well, the inquest into Victor Gilmore's retirement begins. Riding with Burrows. Oh, make that racing with Burrows as he goes past Davey Morgan. It's a little bit wide on the exit. Oh, and that meant that Morgan could slip through. Well, William Dunlop has broken further away from these two and looks good for 3rd place. It's been a dogged and determined effort from Michael Dunlop. 11 out of 10 for Endeavour. But it's going to be Ryan Farquhar who takes the checkered flag, and that is the hat-trick, and he's still got 2 more races to go. Both Farquhar and Dunlop pretty evenly matched on lap times, but it goes the Dungannon man's way. Well, Michael Pearson couldn't keep the momentum going. He eventually has to settle for 5th place behind Cameron Donald. William Dunlop a great 3rd behind his brother Michael, but it's right poised. Looking for the signal to go. We're away, another go on for the front row, so too this man, Michael Dunlop, as we scream down this mile-long section, and Donald is going past Farquhar, but how will Ryan respond? Well, Donald has gone on the defensive, covers the inside line into Gorton. Michael Dunlop's in there as well, looks like he's squeezed past Michael Pearson, but it's Cameron Donald who leads. Ryan Farquhar didn't want to get a Superbike ahead of him, he said, and that's exactly what's happening. But no, Farquhar fights back, stunning stuff. He's on the attack, so we look back now from Michael Dunlop's Honda. They're side by side. Farquhar knows this track like the back of his hand, and he's squeezed out the Aussie there. And this is not what Cameron Donald had hoped for. It's exactly what Farquhar wants. He leads as they round Mackney. Archibald is up to 5th, and this man, Michael Dunlop, is itching to get involved with the front two. Farquhar, Donald and Dunlop still can't shake off Pearson, who will be something of an irritant to him. Coming up to complete lap 1, and it's as you were really, with Farquhar enjoying a comfortable gap of sorts over Donald, but Dunlop and Pearson are almost joined at the hip as they turn the corner, and they'll cross the line to begin lap 2. 99 is Andrew Courtney. Oh, a moment for Michal de Koepel, the Czech rider, making his Cookstown debut. Into Gorton, Farquhar still in control, but I'll tell you what, Michael Pearson may fancy his chances here. Oh, he's hot as he goes inside Dunlop, but can he square it off in time? Whoa! Perfect from Michael Pearson. A bit unorthodox, but he did to Michael Dunlop there what Michael Dunlop likes to do to others. Pearson chucking it in, coming out the other side with a smile on his face. Dunlop won't like that though, and expects some sort of retaliatory move soon. Meanwhile, the front pairing weave their way out of McAdoo. They head off up the tight road toward Mackney. Oh, here goes Dunlop. Well, that didn't take too long, did it? So Michael Dunlop through. Leaders into Mackney, though. Dunlop repaying the debt to Pearson, who may have to come up with another plan now that he's shown his hand into Gorton. Unfortunately for Dunlop, that little spat has meant he's lost touch somewhat with the front two, and now he's not only going to have to defend 3rd place, but also bridge the gap to 2nd. And don't discount Adrian Archibald, who's tucked in close in 5th place. He may just have more than a supporting role to play. It's looking like a lost cause for Cameron Donald, or at this early stage. At present, though, all eyes on this trio as they round Craig Mount and Tibbet through the Orator Crossroads. It's Farquhar from Donald, the gap 1.2 seconds. So the Aussie will still believe. This man, though, will never give up, will he? Dunlop still 3rd, but only just as he gets on the gas. Front wheels hopping in the air as they go light, as they get on the juice along what must be the best part of a mile on this straight. But back wheels go light as they slam on the anchors, and Pearson has done Dunlop again, but can he defend it this time? He has. Stunning again from Pearson. Well, with Dunlop, who was carrying more speed around the corner, but that momentum was halted as Pearson protected his position. Around McAdoo, Dunlop in danger of getting into a scrap with Archibald if he's not careful. Here comes Farquhar with Donald perhaps just a little bit closer this time. We're looking at Michael Dunlop as he hits Mackney. Dunlop on Gary Johnson's old Superbike. Well, I say old, it's the same one he used to smash last year's Southern 100 lap record. Owned by Gareth Robinson, it's running a Chris Mayhew built engine, and this is all part of the Dunlop plan for success at the forthcoming international meetings. Michael's running his own team this year, plenty of support from elsewhere. Meanwhile, the battle for 10th, Davey Morgan, John Walsh, Brian McCormack, and that's Ollie Linsdell on the Flitwick Yamaha. Ryan Farquhar in command, Cameron Donald in contention. Then a big gap back to a scintillating scrap for 3rd. It's still with Michael Pearson, but only just as he defends his line, pushing Dunlop wide if he's going to get past. Oh, he is. Again, Pearson scrubbing off the speed, but Dunlop looks like he's got him. No, he hasn't. In fact, that's probably cost Dunlop more than it has Pearson. Dunlop just about hangs on to 4th. He went for 3rd, he took the gamble. It almost didn't pay off. Well, here's that 5-way battle still led by Davey Morgan at the rear. That's not Jonathan Ray, but Michael Sweeney. He has the look of the World Superbike rider about him, though. And here's a replay of Dunlop trying to pass Pearson. The big man just carrying too much speed into the turn. He can't square it off in time, and Pearson has a much quicker exit as a result. A quick glance around from Dunlop as he looks to see where Adrian Archibald is. Well, not much seems to have happened between these two. Farquhar still around a second or so ahead of Cameron Donald, for whom a single second must seem a lot longer when you're racing at speeds such as these. Brian McCormack on 101, looking to take John Walsh as they grab some air. Well, Cameron Donald has found that little something he was looking for, and look at the speed of the Suzuki as they slow. Donald blipping his throttle, Farquhar more controlled in terms of holding the number of revs. And I'll tell you what, it's game on. It's even tighter for third place as they head down the mile-long start-finish straight along the Orator Road. Dunlop sweeps past Pearson to go P3. Archibald close by in fifth. Oh, a little bit sloppy from the three-time TT winner. Looked like he may have missed a gear. Well, this is close, and Farquhar, he's got a fight on his hands now. We're with Michael Dunlop down toward Mackney. And still Archibald on the tail of Michael Pearson. Farquhar perhaps has broken Cameron Donald slightly. He may have found 3 or 4 tenths of a second on the Australian. Meanwhile, this is the gap, and what a gap it is back to third place, Michael Dunlop. But it's looking like a comfortable third place for the man who enjoyed so much success last year. But here comes Farquhar. Cameron Donald still right with him. Over the line they go. Ryan Farquhar, Cameron Donald. And again, Michael Pearson still with Michael Dunlop, although Adrian Archibald looks as if he may have lost a little bit of momentum somewhere, and he can't quite stay the pace with these two. So we've got battles for first and second. We've got a battle for third and fourth. We're with the man in third. It's Michael Dunlop. We're looking for Michael Pearson. Expect to see him come through. Dunlop is taking the middle of the road. So if he needs to cut right or left, he can do. Again, Pearson's so good into Gorton. Really, really good into Gorton. One of the best we've seen so far today. This man, though, Ryan Farquhar, riding it like he stole it, as they say. Well, Adrian Archibald's dragged himself back into contention slightly, perhaps. But what a day's racing we've had so far at Cookstown, and there's no let-up in this one. The Superbikes again delivering the goods. And look at the speed of Michael Dunlop. He goes light. Another popular viewing point for the spectators. But Cameron Donald, well, he said he needs to get some miles down on the road. He's done that. Ryan Farquhar crosses the line. Cameron Donald still in second place, and it's the last lap. It's do or die time. Oh, Farquhar on the brakes, scrubbing up the speed, tips it in superbly. A more straighter line from Cameron Donald, and he squares it off, and he gets on the power. Cameron Donald will be thinking now, where can I get Ryan Farquhar? How can I get as close to him as possible? Michael Dunlop, well, he's looking comfortable now, isn't he, for third place? Michael Pearson, much better showing this time around. Remember, he started so well in the earlier Superbike race. He said he got arm pump around the halfway point. That's when your forearm seems to lock, and he just couldn't. It's so painful. He couldn't seem to continue at the pace that he wanted to. But he's looking much stronger in this race. Into Mackney for the very final time. Pearson still harbouring hopes of a third place, and he'll feel robbed having shown so well earlier on today. One more corner to go then. The right, then the left for Ryan Farquhar. Over the line, it's yet another win for the man from Dungannon, and a great second place for Cameron Donald. And Farquhar doesn't get tired of winning, does he? Loves it. Here they come then, third place about to be decided. Michael Dunlop from Michael Pearson, but no doubting our race winner. And what a habit it is for Ryan Farquhar. Another day, another record-breaking day for the man from Dungannon. He's now won more races at Cookstown than any other rider, and he's still got a Super Twin to go. He could make it 5 in a day. Adrian Archibald has to be content with 5th place behind Michael Pearson. Michael Dunlop once again on the podium. Cameron Donald takes 2nd place, but look at that, top again, Ryan Farquhar.